Good evening, I'm Ben Castaneda with NCC Sports. After beating Duke with a buzzer-beating 3, the Syracuse Orange look to improve their resume with a road win against number 7 Louisville. Now, the last time these two teams faced off, it would take overtime to decide a winner. Unfortunately, Syracuse lost that game 76-72. There's the big man Jim Boeheim as he's looking for his 18th win on the season. A Ty's battle would keep Syracuse in the game during the first half as he would have 14 points. 9 of those would come from behind the arc. But off of a Tyler Roberson turnover, Donovan Mitchell of Louisville he'll take it all the way, pretty much coast to coast. He'll pull up from the free throw line, and Louisville would lead by 10, and then at the half they would be up by 16. Now Syracuse would make a late push in the second half with this 3 from John Gillen. And then off of a Andrew White miss, Tyler Lydon's going to have the putback slam. And the Orange are only down by 12, but that would pretty much be it for the Orange as they would lose the game 88-68. Here's Coach Boeheim after the loss.
I thought Louisville played really well. I thought they were tough, very difficult inside for us. And, Mitchell shot the ball great all night. But, when we've struggled shooting the ball from the three-point line, that's been an issue for us. And, when we shoot it better there, we're a much better team. But I thought Louisville played great tonight, and they were just too good right now.
The Orange have one more game in the regular season on Saturday as they take on Georgia Tech at the Dome for Senior Day. Well, after a last-second win against Albany, the Syracuse men's lacrosse team looked to get its 3rd win of the season against the Army Black Knights. But Army would make sure that it would not be an easy game for the Orange. Syracuse would be without Ben Williams for this game, and they would have a tough time in the beginning. Army would close Syracuse's lead with this goal from Teddy Glessner. And then later on, this underhand shot from Matthew Donovan would put Army ahead in the second period. We move on to the third. Syracuse is down by 3, and off of a pass from Jordan Evans, Brad Voigt scores off the no-look. And then let's take it all the way to late in the 4th period. Syracuse will be down by 1, and Nick Mariano will tie it up at 13. But this game isn't over till the final horn sounds. And then Army is going to be in Orange territory, and after a flurry of passes, David Sims scores for Army with half a second left, and Army will win it 14-13. The Orange come back next Sunday for their first ACC game as they host Virginia. Jimmy Boeheim, the eldest son of Jim Boeheim, announced on Twitter that he would be playing basketball down the road on I-81 for the Cornell Big Red. He is currently enrolled at New Hampton School in order to add an extra prep season. But before that, he was a standout star at Jamesville DeWitt, where his younger brother, Buddy, is enrolled at. Earlier today, the Jamesville DeWitt Red Rams took on the Bishop Grimes Cobras in the Class Single A semifinals. Head coach for the Cobras, Bob McKinney, was the former coach for the Red Rams. We're going to pick it up in the 3rd as Buddy Boeheim will drive it in the basket, and he'll make the easy layup. And later, Boeheim was going to dish it out here to Matt Carlin for the 3, and JD will be up by 16 midway through 3. But Bishop Grimes would rally back, and off of a rebound, Sean Gassi lays it home. He would finish with 27 points. Then Luci Vigilati scores off the fast break. He finishes with 12 points. And in the final seconds of the game, Gassi will block the shot. Here's that block right here. And then now we are going into overtime. And then in overtime, Dom Del Vecchio hits the open 3, and the Cobras have a 3-point lead. And in the very next possession, Buddy Boeheim is going to get the ball in the corner, and he's going to answer with his own 3, tying it up. And then Boeheim will give Jamesville DeWitt the lead for good with this bucket right here, as they are going to win 75-68. Boeheim finishes the game with 33 points, and here's what he had to say about the game.
We're just a tough team, and we want to win no matter what. No matter how much we're down, we're going to keep fighting. I mean, they're a really tough team. They trapped us, they were physical, and the refs did a great job winning this play. And we just had to fight back and keep playing, and that's what we did.
Jamesville DeWitt will play in the Class Single A Finals against the Syracuse Academy of Science. Well, this past week was a little hectic in the NFL as teams placed their franchise tags on players they believe deserved it or gave the bad news of being released. Former SU player Chandler Jones had some good news coming his way from the Arizona Cardinals.
Linebacker, he plays
Cardinals
everywhere.
gave Jones their franchise tag after his first season with the Cardinals that saw him have 38 total tackles, 11 sacks, and forced 4 fumbles. The Cardinals finished last season with 7 wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie. The New York Jets announced that they would be releasing Darrelle Revis, and many are saying that this stems from from his felony assault charges after a fight in Pittsburgh. The Jets organization was swift to say that his release had nothing to do with these charges and say it was about going in a new direction. Revis had 43 tackles and 1 interception this past season. Revis on Twitter thanked the fans for his time in New York.
Now, Ben, why do you think the Jets are releasing Revis along with a couple other players?
Well, you know, the Jets are saying they're going in a new direction. If you see some of the other releases like Nick Mangold and Brandon Marshall, it's easy to tell that they are looking to possibly go into a more younger, new generation style, which of course to Jets fans might kind of not sound good. It might take a couple of years before they're relevant again. It'll be very interesting to see what they're planning on doing, since now they have released pretty much $26 million for cap space.
Thank you, Ben. We'll have one last look at weather after the break.